family-friendly sort of an evening, but we will have our limits tonight. And Peter Forby, before you get your hopes really raised up, we're going to launch this book. Seated right from my extreme left, that's Anil Dharkar, who's our guest of honor. Next to him, the lovely lady is Dolly Thakur, who's our chief guest. Seated to my left is our VSG, our very special guest, Orna Sakiv, whom all of you know as the Consul General of Israel. And bang in the middle is Mr. Sumit Mullick, who is the raison d'etre for us to be here this evening. So what we're going to do is we are going to get all of them to stand up, and we're going to get them to open the book, right? Launch the book, right, Sumit? It's a good time to do that, yeah. Astrologically, it's a good time, 7:15. So that's what we're going to do. Those of you who don't have a book in your hands, you can clap. Dolly Thakur, for those of you who don't know her, she's a veteran Indian theatre actress. She's been a casting director. She was also responsible for putting the right people into the right roles in the film Gandhi back in 1982. She did a good job of it. Okay. In 1997, she was the casting assistant for the film Sixth Happiness, and in 2006, she starred in the television series Kya Hoga Nimmo Ka. For those of you who would like to know what that means, you can ask her later. Dolly Thakur has been in the business of communications and public relations for over 20 years. She's a communications consultant, one hat. Second hat, media relations manager. Publisher, TV, radio commentator, interviewer, presenter, casting director, columnist, film and theater reviewer. Really, I mean, Sumit said, do I have to read all this? I'm going to do that before he gets really upset. Compare, auctioneer, stage actress, and social worker. So Dolly Thakur has come prepared. She's just landed off the plane this afternoon where she was doing a very interesting play with an unpronounceable name. And she... Shame. I know. Do you want to read? You want to say something? Ladies and gentlemen, Dolly Thakur.
Number of markings that you can see I made on No, I'm not going to read them all to you. But I would like to say that most of you know that Sumit Mullick combines a very high-powered bureaucratic job with his passion for writing. He is the author of Seducing Pain and Fairy Tales, and this is his third book. And I have had the privilege, honor, and the joy of reading all three of them. Launching the Unkindest Cup has prompted me to ask for experts of every aspect of life to be on our panel. But alas, we only got us. What starts off as a gripping page turner about a handsome police officer and a bright IAS wife embroiled in psychological marital discords, leading to accusations of violence, court cases, NGOs, child welfare boards, an encounter policewoman, male rape, tantric intrusion, hallucinations, illusions, terrorist, Naxalite terrorism in remote postings, maternal-paternal overprotection instincts, and bureaucracy. And Sumit Mullick weaves in and out of these confrontations and encounters with such command and detail that it leaves one asking for more. Now you know why I needed an expert to be on the panel. Sumit Mullick has tackled every problem, difficulty, emotion, be it sex, rape, crime, corruption, psychological, spiritual, professional. Long before our December 16th gang rape episode that took place, he wove his narrative around Pinky, the prostitute, and the horrendous iron rod torture by her pimp. So that is also included in the book. There are a number of characters in the book who play a very important part. And the most important of them, of course, is Vedant Chaturvedi, the main police officer. And then there's Debashish Ghoshal, who in fact is ADC or is a secretary to the governor. And Sunip Sen, who's a lawyer. There's Professor Prakash Chaturvedi, who's his father and a tantric practitioner. And then there are the gorgeous journalists and his wife Pallavi, who is the one who's the cause of all his problems. The governor himself, who loves a tipple when his wife's not looking. And a Pinky the whore, and there's a Meenakshi Subramaniam too. Now, what I would like to say about the book is that it is a gender war. So the gender war plays a very important part in it right through. Mothers sexually exploiting their daughters is a subject which is almost totally and universally taboo. And yet he has tackled that very nicely. Then there's Pallavi's mother, a mother who claimed total domination and possession of Pallavi and who did not want to surrender any part of it to any son-in-law. And there are a number of sub-themes. Who murder their victims in encounters, the overarching theme of the novel, which I said is on gender. And so you can see how the Unkindest cut weaves itself in and out of all these various issues that I've touched upon. I would like to read one or two things to give you a flavor of his writing. Sumit has marked out something for me, so I will read you a little bit from there just to give you his style of writing and the flavor. A circle formed around Ballari as she brought out her guitar, adjusting it on her lap. Ballari gently plucked at each string, checking for pitch and resonance, harmonizing them with each other. She kept coaxing the best out of each string and note, till at last she seemed satisfied.